Hi YouTube, this is Chris. This is my show, My Life is an Errant Adventure. As I said in my last video, this is going to be a book haul. The local half-price books outlet store had a everything for $1 sale. And I'd never been to this store before. I usually go to the one in Greenwood. This is when it was in Bloomington. And it was basically where they ship all their excess stuff. They had, for instance, they had probably 27 copies of Austin Powers Goldmember on DVD. This is... but like I said, I'd never been there before. I didn't know exactly what they'd have. I spent about what I took. I took about $40. I've got the receipt somewhere. But so I've got two piles. I've got two bags full of books, but they're going to be in two piles. I've never read, and so it's books to fill up my reading for this year, and the books I've already read and that I want to own but don't. So, for the books that I've never read, we've got Evan Hunter's The Moment She Was Gone, a novel. It's a mystery, I'm assuming. There he is. A shattering novel of a family confronting its collective secrets marks a high point in a writing career spanning almost 5 decades. So he's written a number of best-selling novels, including The Blackboard Jungle and Candyland, which he wrote together with Ed McBain. The pseudonym he uses on his renowned novels of the 87th Precinct. Okay, so he's written. I guess Ed McBain is another name. So that makes no sense. Why would he? I don't know. But yeah, so it's a mystery. His wife's name is Dragica? Huh. So yeah, mysteries. I like mysteries. So that'll be an interesting read. I'm going to put that right here for now. For books that I've read and just bought just because they were $1, and why not? I picked up 2 of the Charlaine Harris Sookie Stackhouse books, Dead in the Family and Dead and Gone. Now, I'm pretty sure I've read both of them, but it was many, many summers ago. So, but yeah, they were both $1. They're both in good shape. So they'll go on my shelf. And maybe I'll collect the rest of the series. I like having collections. So yeah. I liked the series, what I've read of it. Wasn't a fan of the show. Thought it was a little bit too adult for the sake of being an adult. Oh hey, somehow I ended up with a third one that I didn't realize I had. From Dead to Worse. So yeah, I didn't even realize I'd found this one. So yeah, that's, which one is that? Which order is this? This is the order of books. So it might be 3 books in a row that I have of that series. Okay, so that works out. Next one I bought, and the next one of the books that I've never read before, and I bought because I was actually interested in it. It's Rick Riley's Who's Your Caddy? It's a series of articles. Basically, I think it's basically a series of stories. Yeah. Rick Riley, if you don't know, wrote for a long time on Sports Illustrated, and then he moved on to ESPN magazine, and he's retired now. The Life of Riley was his column in Sports Illustrated. I don't know if that title carried over to ESPN magazine. I'm not big on sports, but I liked his writing. I think the first one I ever read of his was he covered the Aaron Ralston press conference, and I mean that thing almost brought me to tears. For those of you who don't know, Aaron Ralston is the guy, the mountain climber who got his leg stuck, or got his arm stuck, and had to saw off his own arm. Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed that article, along with a lot of his others. Let's go back to books that I've... No, books I've read. Let's go back to books I've read. Books I've... No, not that one either. Looks like I've got more. Okay, here we go. Books I've read that I bought because I didn't own them yet. 3 of the Pretty Little Liars books. Now, this one is Heartless. This one is Twisted. And this one is Wanted. Now, let's see where they fall in the series. Okay. Looks like this is from the middle series. And this one's from the middle series. And then this one's from the 3rd series of books. It looks like. Alright. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm a big fan of these books. Teen mysteries. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, this is from the 3rd series. So I got 2 books from the second mystery series, and this is from the last one. So these will go on my shelf. I want to collect the whole series eventually. I like those books. I know they're not geared towards people like me, but I enjoy them. Books that Here's a book that I've owned before. That I bought before and then never read for one reason or another. So I bought it again when I saw it because it's in good shape. It's hardcover. I like hardcovers. It's called The Kingdom of Ohio by Matthew Fleming. Yeah, it's like an alternate history story. Yeah. So I'm interested in seeing. I don't remember why I didn't read it. Maybe I didn't really get into it the first time, but I bought it again. I like the cover. The title seems interesting, so we'll see. Book I've read that I actually owned in paperback for a long time, and then now I've got it in hardback, is The Nanny Diaries. Made into a movie starring Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson, back when Scarlett Johansson was still new and exciting. Now she's kind of in everything and it's annoying. But, yeah. I remember liking this book. It was one of the first real outside of my... I wasn't the intended audience, but I read it and enjoyed it. Books. That later. So yeah, I read it, but it's going to go on my shelf now because it was $1. Book that I've not read: The Rule of Four by Ian Caldwell and Dustin Thompson. A mystery. A mysterious coded manuscript, a violent Ivy League murder, and the secrets of a Renaissance prince collide in the labyrinth of betrayal, madness, and genius in The Rule of Four. At once a compelling suspense novel and a richly imagined coming-of-age story, Rule of Four is a fiction debut of astounding power and depth. So yeah, like I said, I like mysteries. It'll go on the shelf next to my Da Vinci Code series. I was really hoping to get the Inferno Illustrated Edition, but they didn't have it. They had several copies of the Da Vinci Code Illustrated Special, but I already own that. So I picked up a lot of books right at the edge of the, right as I was checking out. This one's called The Low Road. It's another mystery. It's in paperback. It's one of the few paperbacks I bought. I don't like to buy paperbacks if I can avoid it. But yeah. So I bought that one. I bought The Garden of Last Days. I guess this is the author of House of Sand and Fog. The book blurb starts early September. One early September night in Florida, a stripper brings her daughter to work. Yeah. Wow, this could be really interesting. So I'm glad I picked it up. I hadn't even read. I just picked up a lot based on the cover. This one and the previous one I picked up based on the cover. Rule of Four, they had like 1,000 copies of. Probably not that many, but I picked it up because it had so many copies, and I was like, maybe. Picked up a copy of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which I've never read. And this will be my Halloween read. This is the Borders Classic Edition. It's in paperback. That's fine. Got some dog-eared pages in here, which I sometimes dog-ear, but I try not to. Looks like this one they've written on. Wow. But there were several copies, and this was the most interesting cover. I think they had a Barnes & Noble copy, they had a Borders copy. But yeah, this is the Borders Classic Edition. So this will be my Halloween read. Or right around Halloween, if I wait that long. Two more books that I've read before. Well, one book that I've read before, or listened to the audiobook. I don't know if I ever finished it, the actual book. And then one book that I haven't actually read, but I need to. Tom Clancy's Executive Orders and The Bear and the Dragon. I like some of his work. One year my resolution was to read all of Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan books. And at the time it ended with Rainbow Six, I think. And I made it all the way to this one, but I never finished Rainbow Six. I don't think this one had come out yet. And they didn't have Red Rabbit. It wasn't out yet. So I've read quite a bit of his series. Not all of them. But I bought them because they were $1, and these are big books, and yeah. So I'll get around to this one eventually. I probably ought to reread the other books too, but we'll see. I'll put them down there because I'm out of Books. Here's an interesting book. I've already read it. I owned it at one point. I don't anymore. But I bought it again because I really enjoyed the book. Despite its graphic content. It's Diablo Cody's Candy Girl. This is the memoir that basically got studios talking about her and said, hey, you should write us a screenplay. And this is the lady that wrote Juno. And she wrote Young Adult. And she wrote Jennifer's Body. I enjoyed this. It's a year in the life of an unlikely stripper. And she does more than strip. I mean, she doesn't have sex for money, but she comes close. But yeah, I actually finished this book in a church parking lot. I finished reading it in a church parking lot, so it's going to go up here next to my Orange is the New Black book, which I haven't finished. I need to. Books I've read. Forever in Blue and Girls in Pants. The third and fourth Summer of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants books. I've read all these books. They're really good. The last one is kind of sad. But I don't own all of them. I still need the first two in hardback, of course. So these are going to go up on the shelf next to that one. They're a lot shorter than that one. I didn't realize that. But yeah. So those go up there. I got 2 bookmarks. One. Just says Blackjack, even though... Oh, I see why. Oh. Yeah. Blackjack and poker, and it's got the hands of poker that win in descending order. You can never have too many bookmarks, and I like playing cards, so yeah. They're social clubs, though. I like clubs. The rest of my books are humor books, or of the somewhat humorous genre. I bought 5 Dilbert books. Big fan of Dilbert, at least in the comic strip. But yeah, so we've got The Dilbert Principle, The Joy of Work, Dilbert's Guide to Finding Happiness at the Expense of Your Coworkers. The Dilbert Future, Thriving on Stupidity in the 21st Century. Fugitive from the Cubicle Police. And Highly Defective, 7 Years of Highly Defective People. Scott Adams' guided tour of the evolution of Dilbert includes comic strips from previous Dilbert books. I probably wouldn't have gotten that one if I'd read that part, because I'm sure it's got stuff that I've already read, or stuff that is in the rest of these books. But that's fine. I like Dilbert. I wish I had found some Garfield stuff, like Garfield books, but these are good too. So I'm going to put these down here. Okay. And finally, my last 2 books are Stephen Colbert's I Am America and So Can You. And I love that at the top of this it says, from the writer of I Am America and So Can You. It's, and on the back it's got him holding the book. Um, yeah. So yeah, I like that. He's funny. He's getting ready to start the hosting late night at the end of this year. Part of the reason I bought it, I read Tina Fey and Amy Poehler's memoirs, or whatever you want to call them. So I was looking for some more humor books, and that's why I bought that. Hopefully it'll be more humor than actual politics, but we'll see. And then the last one is America the Book, A Citizen's Guide to Democracy in Action. From The Daily Show with uh, Jon Stewart presents, and with a foreword by Thomas Jefferson, so that should be interesting. Again, I bought it because of the because I was looking for some good humor books. Yeah, it's a nice hardcover. I mean, originally it's a $24 book, and I paid $1 for it. So even if I don't like it, it's not like I wasted a lot of money. So yeah, that's probably my longest video to date. I hope it loads. So yeah, book haul. Let me know what you think. Have you read any of these? Have a good night.